right, crack babies. I think we're pretty much ready to go here. We're at a 50% like ratio right now. That's actually pretty good. We maintain that throughout the day. Whew. All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back. All right, so before we go through the watch list and all that fun stuff, let's do a little bit of housekeeping here, guys. Today is October 28th. It is a Wednesday, traditionally a fairly hot day, but, you know, Monday, Tuesday have been extremely weird, so let's, you know, be careful here. Monday, we made like 260 profit. Tuesday, we gave back like 370. Today, we're up pre-market, which is really nice. We'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, like I said, it's October 28th. It's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another pretty much full 30 minutes here before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up like always at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, check out the SPY, down 1.8%. Absolutely ferocious. This thing is... man, the market is killing my swings right now. So I'm going to be waiting here for a little bit of a turnaround at one point. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it always does since the beginning of the stock market at one point. So let's see how much more it's going to go down. And then we'll have to I'll have to correct some of my swing trades because we're down $3.1 thousand on our swing trades. The whole entire swing trade portfolio is down now about $10,000. I mean, 10%. So that's like exactly where my max stop loss is. All of my tickers, except maybe LMND, is maybe a little bit overextended to the downside. This is one I might have to get out of. I don't know. You know, it's going to be another AMC loss if I do. And the AMC literally had a huge bounce after I closed out and then, you know, went up. I could have easily closed out in green. So it's, you know, swing trades, you always have to be a little bit more cautious. And as long as there's nothing really new going on, then it's typically okay to hold and wait for, you know, some sort of consolidation. Anyway, MGEN and SCKT are the two lead gappers that I personally am most interested in. I traded MGEN quite a lot today. I basically traded it like I did yesterday, but yesterday I was very aggressive. I was constantly trading breakouts that didn't work yesterday. Today, I was more conservative, usually trading pullbacks and then selling into an attempted breakout. So that was my that helped me get profitable this morning. $460 up on MGEN, and then SCKT, I'm up $68 on this one. So yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys can notice this. Let me just go to MGEN. We'll talk about this one now. Can you guys notice what I did pre-market that probably allowed me to be a little bit more focused? I don't know if you could see it here, and I'll ask again in the recap video just to reinforce this, but you can kind of see here my first trade compared to my last trade. It went up from 2,000 share size. Eventually I was doing 3,000 share size, and then near the end I was doing 4,000 share size, except this accidental double fill here that hit 6,000. So as I was having a green portfolio, as I was having some cushion on the day, I increased my position size, and that allowed me to not take too much risk in my first trades until, you know, I had some cushion. That, you know, if you go in full size on your first trade pre-market, there's a good chance, you know, you're not going to be ready to react when, you know, things don't go right, cutting your losses quickly, and you don't want to have that first big loss right away. And that's why you want to have that first trade with low position size. Yeah, that'd be a big yikes moment. Woo! Man, I had this really nice, I call it Superman coffee, but I gotta show you the cocktail for it. It's like 8 ingredients to put in this bad boy, and it freaking woke me up pretty good in the morning. And that was already a long time ago. So yeah, I mean, even though we're up $520 today pre-market, my swing trades are still bringing me down on the day. It's a little bit annoying to have this account, my swing trades in my day trading account. It's kind of the only thing we could do at the moment with TD Ameritrade because my IRA was maxed out. So I want to probably just put more money into my IRA, max it out for this year already, just so we can move more swing trades over to it. I don't really like having the day trading account showing my swing trades because I don't really care, you know, for viewers' sake necessarily. It doesn't really matter for you guys, but for me personally, you know, I like to start every day with a clean slate. It kind of is, psychologically, it's I feel like it's a good thing. You don't want to, you know, open your day trading account and be like, oh man, my day trading account is $1,000 down today. I got to make that up. Yeah, you don't want to start the day with that kind of mindset. So that does bother me a little bit. Yeah, MGEN. Let's talk about this one here a bit. Definitely some good stuff to talk about. Where's this one? So 53 million float. They announced acquisition of Viridian Therapeutics. I was like, that can't be right. Viridian Therapeutics. Usually, you know, acquisitions can be good news, especially that day. 53 million float is a little bit high, but, you know, US biotech, surprisingly, this one was so aggressive. And that's actually why I was trading it, because my first trade was, no, not my first, my second trade was so hectic. It was like instantly in 1 second, it was down like almost, I don't know, almost 4%. And then it was up 4%. And I closed out. I was like, this ticker is ferocious. This green candle here, for example, that's a 20% green candle. It's the way MGEN was moving was nice, but it was just like, whew, like don't want to be on the wrong side of this ticker. That's why I was trading it very scared in this consolidation room. That allowed me to walk away with some decent profits. And yeah, I did quite a few trades. Not all of them are green. I even had like $100+ loss on it. So it's just like, you know, it's okay having a loser, but you just got to manage your risk really carefully on these tickers. Yeah. Only clean bangers. Yeah. I use TD Ameritrade for my IRA, but any brokerage, pretty much any brokerage will let you have an IRA. It's pretty much like a cash account with a specific tax under a specific tax code. So it's like they don't really do anything differently, right? But it's going to be a cash account. Margin accounts don't exist with IRAs because obvious reasons. They don't want you to day trade it. Day trading requires margin. They don't want you to short an IRA. Shorting requires margin. They don't want you to do derivatives in a IRA. Derivatives need margin. So MGEN popping up here again, guys. It's been holding its highs pretty well. Bigger volume coming in now. I like what I'm seeing. We'll keep an eye on this one. Might be maybe a trade opportunity coming in here. I'm going to switch MGEN to my second screen just because I'm going to be looking at this one a lot, and I feel like I want to be looking at other tickers as well with you guys. Trying for this VWAP break right now. Buyers at 18. Definitely a lot of sellers. Watching the order book. Still a lot of sellers on this one. Don't feel super comfortable with it. Looking for a small position size here, maybe a break of VWAP. Let's see what we can get. Bought on the 18. Small position size. All right, I'm out of this one. Break even. I was looking for a quick move over 1-2. Didn't happen. Closed that one out right away. Yeah, now it's, I don't know, it's shaky here. Could easily break out. I don't know. Just did small size. I hope it does break out. Support back at 218. Oh man, shaky stuff here. 219 getting chipped away. Boom, nice move into the 220s right away. Really solid stuff there. Sold too early. Oh well, it is what it is. MGEN has had huge resistance right above at like 130 and then again at 145. Those are the zones I'm looking at, being a little bit cautious on. What's up, Corey? Wow, Steven, really nice work, man, with AUVI. Really good stuff, man. On the daily, MGEN has some bigger resistance originally at about 80 cents, but we flew above those areas. So 80 cents could be big support, but right now it's at 122, so kind of in these key zones right here. So let's see if we can get back above 130. Right now we're trying to go on our way. Looks pretty good. I'm going to keep an eye on it. SCKT is another ticker worth looking at for sure. Socket. This thing's kind of popping up a lot lately, so I'm going to be watching SCKT for sure with you guys. They have a 5 million float, so it's very spikeable. 9 million market cap, and then their contactless reader achieves Apple Wallet compatibility, so that probably gives them a lot bigger client base. That'll be good to watch that. For now, MGEN just popped above VWAP, guys. Watching this one closely from here. Anything in the 22s, 21s could be a good short-term setup here. Tried a quick entry on MGEN, but I didn't get my fill at 22. MGEN has a lot of volume, guys, right now. Possible entry near 23. Out of that one, that was a little sloppy. I wanted that quick pullback, but I didn't really get it. I think I gave back a little bit of profits on that one. I think I was not the only one looking for that kind of pullback setup, and sometimes I feel like if it's too obvious, sometimes it also doesn't work. Yeah, two sloppy little trades there on my end. First one was, I kind of I wanted that quick break, didn't get the quick break, so I closed it out. The second one wanted that nice pullback, kind of missed out on it, but let's kind of give this one a little bit here. I'm never the biggest fan trading that last 30 minutes before the market open. I don't know why. I prefer kind of like that kind of chill, like 8:20 a.m. Session, but don't want to be overly biased. If we see a good setup, then we go long. TMC. Yeah, Becker, how do you explain that one? AUVI. Interesting position here. 1 million float. Partners to commercialize LED-based tech in UVC devices to inactivate pathogens on surfaces in hospitals. So kind of a nice catalyst there. Also, that 1 million float is just very, very powerful. It's going to be an interesting day for sure. I mean, we got 3 really interesting lead gappers: MGEN, AUVI, and SCKT. So let's see which one's going to be the best out of the gate. Oh, God, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little chilly right now. Gotta throw on a little sweater. Amen, Corey. Just checking out the top 3 lead gappers: MGEN, AUVI, SCKT. SCKT putting a nice little bottom here, but at the same time, volume's kind of fading on this one. I feel like SCKT is going to break at least pretty soon here. I'm not sure to the upside or to the downside, but it's been consolidating too long on no volume near big support, so something's got to give at one point. Good thing we cut our losses on MGEN because it's still selling off here. Not really too exciting. Can't believe the SPY is about to be down 2%. Ugh, that is not fun territories. Yeah, I know, Life. I was like, yes, GE, here we go, $8. I was originally going to take profits at $8, but then I felt like, this is a critical zone. Maybe we're going to break through it. I don't know. I like the overall price action on it though, but yeah, it was a strong pull off from 8, which is a bit unfortunate. AUVI really kind of getting into the selling spirit here a little bit. Technically, this could be a great setup on that 5-minute. I really like that 9 EMA support coming in here at like 1050 territory. This could be a great bouncing zone. Would be absolutely not surprised if we saw a move higher. Yeah, Mark, me too. And totally, Corey. Gotta be patient and then get aggressive when you see the right setup. MGEN, oof, might break 110 soon, going to a new pre-market low after that high. And then AUVI. I'm still thinking that this is going to have a little bit of a bump back to the upside. It's trying here, trying to get back above 1080. I'm sure the election has something to do with it. Every time the large caps are moving extra, small caps tend to be a little shakier. So you just want to keep that in mind. So happily today, though, we have 2, 3 small caps we're kind of blessed with, which is really, really nice. Lately, it's been Monday and Tuesday were really, really tricky. When AP Pro says pre-market is no longer my friend. I feel you, man. I think pre-market is one of those things where it's like, you really want to see if you can dip your toes a little bit, maybe learn a little bit on how the stocks are trading. If there's good momentum, maybe you can milk it, but if there's not, then sometimes it's good just to let it be. S&P absolutely disappeared, huh? This was actually one of the lead gappers at the end of yesterday that was on the watch list. And I was like, okay, well, this looks actually kind of interesting. USA oil and gas, 10 million flow. Didn't have a catalyst, though, so I was really unexcited about that. I also didn't like the dollar range on it. Wow, this thing really, really fell off a cliff. Finding some support around 0.8. Has a very light volume, though. It could be one of those tickers that makes a nice 10-15% move out of the gate. So could be something worth watching. Also, TGC, kind of in that similar space, former runner, had some CEO compensation done on it. And actually, the CEO was reported to make $244,000, which at first seemed really high to me. For a company with a 15 million market cap, I was like, oh, wow, that's really crazy for an oil gas company. But then the medium CEO compensation for similar companies is actually $613,000. So actually, TGC was paying their CEO under the medium. So I don't know. Thanks, Husky. Anyway, they both fell off the radar, so I'm really just watching MGEN, AUVI, and SCKT. So both of these are possible plays. Actually, AUVI looks like it's going to try to maybe break the 9 EMA here to the downside. You got to remember, these are always risky kind of setups. Because we're on a downwards trending stock. This is typically where you're taking profits, you're not buying in, right? So sometimes if you want to trade these 9 EMA breakouts, you have that chance of getting instantly flushed to the downside, which makes these not very good risk reward kind of setups. What I prefer doing is trading it on as it gets extended from the 9 EMA and then taking profits on the 9 EMA, or at least trying to get a better dollar cost average before the possible breakout. Allows me to shake out of the move a little bit quicker if I don't like it. Nice, Michael. Yeah, here could be it. Here could be the move. We got talking about that, Michael. We got AAL, American Airlines, Yeah, really in this kind of key support zone. I wonder if it's going to dip under 11. And then one that I'm looking at, Jets, waiting for this one to sell off a little bit more. Ideally, I would love to pick some up around 1550, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm in RKT. I'm in RXT and RKT, both of which are actually some of my better swing trades because they're only down, you know, less than 200. My other swing trades are really just Tank Central, HYLN, KCAC, and LMND, two of the worst, unfortunately. It's never fun being down $3.2 thousand. It's pretty much like my laptop, my new laptop, just chilling there in the negatives. Even though like a 5% pop on all my tickers to the upside, like cumulatively, will pretty much put me back into the 2000s, the low 2000s. So it's like the fact that the SPY is selling off so much and my tickers are kind of holding this low is okay. It gives me a little bit of extra confidence. Yeah, for sure. For now, Corey, I haven't really seen a specific reason to sell them, so I'll probably be closing most of them on maybe a retest as they ideally have a bit of a bounce. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll have to figure out where the max stop is. Around 10% is usually where my max stop is, though. But, you know, just bought in a little bit too early. Could be Michael. I wouldn't go. I mean, that's not the worst idea. I'm not the biggest fan of shorting, but I think you definitely have an interesting ticker for shorting opportunities, especially with that offering. Got another 2 minutes here, guys, till the market opens. Let's go ahead and make sure we're ready to go. I got MGEN on my second screen. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to switch it if I enter a trade, but that's going to be the main one I'm looking at. MGEN, I don't know. I'm a little nervous it's going to break 1-1, but at the same time, I think it has that chance to break above VWAP because right now MGEN has a perfect first leg to the upside, a perfect consolidation, kind of holding the highs pretty well as well. So are we going to see a classic gap and go on MGEN? We might. So it's kind of exciting. AUVI on a break of 10 could also be a really interesting entry. Somewhere closer to maybe $9 or so is what I'd be looking for. And then SCKT, finding some support here. So I'm going to be watching SCKT very closely here. I actually really like the catalyst on this one. A lot of people are familiar with this ticker, so I think there's going to be a lot of interest behind it as well. I'll have 1,000 shares ready to go on SCKT and 2,000 shares on MGEN, and then I'll probably switch around with AUVI as well. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Don't forget to drop a like. I really do appreciate it. Let's keep going here. Hitting the like is good luck. I see the Michael pump. SCKT could be gaining some support here. First size on SCKT. Not sure what happened. Everything is frozen for me. Everything is frozen. Wow, my whole computer was frozen for like 5-10 seconds. That was very weird. I'm long SCKT. I just realized I'm long SCKT. I had no idea I was long SCKT. Apparently I'm long 2,000 shares on this ticker at 59. Very unfortunate. Looking for a move back above 59. SCKT falling off a cliff here. Really unfortunate, man. Worst part about this, I didn't even know I had a long. My whole entire computer froze on me. I have no idea, honestly, how. Man, whatever. Okay, watching this one closely. We're down quite a bit, giving back pretty much all our pre-market profits right now. Watching it. This is where I would have entered, so I'm still holding it. Watching it closely. Got to be careful, guys. We're long 6,000 shares on this one. MGEN. Holding. So far, it's doing everything I wanted it to. Possible move higher here. Gonna give this one a little bit longer for. This is where I would have wanted my entry. MGEN, much more interesting. Computer frozen again. Oh my lord, I don't know what's going on, guys. Or TD Ameritrade's frozen. I have absolutely zero idea. Key zone breaking here. Key zone breaking right now. Really unfortunate. 330. Oh man, big loss here on SCKT. Totally ridiculous. Yes, I didn't cut my losses quick enough, but I honestly didn't even have a choice. TD Ameritrade was not responsive. Didn't get the entry I wanted. Didn't even think I was long this ticker. I'm definitely going to have to call TD Ameritrade after this. Let's see if I can just get out here for not so big of a loss. So annoying. Giving back all my pre-market profit right now. And then some. SCKT, I do like this overall ticker. I like what I was seeing. I wanted a red to green move on it. Technically, it's still setting up for a red to green move. I just have a way early entry because I didn't know I was long this ticker at the open. So it's just really stressful place to be right now. Going back into the 40s is where I was originally looking to get out of this ticker. 39. Taking profits or cutting losses. I don't know why TD Ameritrade's not getting me out of this trade. I should be out of this trade. I have no idea why I'm still in it. All right, so sorry guys, I'm really frustrated right now. SCKT, luckily we only lost about 350 bucks on that trade. So TD Ameritrade's not doing anything right now. Now it's moving a little bit now. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with a loss, right? Because if the trade goes against you, you close it out. My problem was the price was going against me. I didn't even know I was in the trade. TD Ameritrade was frozen for like 10 seconds. And then I was like, okay, well, let's keep watching this one. And then randomly, boom, it shows I'm 2,000 shares long. All right, well, we're still green on the day. I gave back quite a lot of profits on that last trade. Luckily, we didn't give back like, $600-700 like it was showing for a second. That would have really pissed me off. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say right now. Our account's down 800 bucks, which is okay. The swing trades are they're swing trades. That's they go up and down. That's totally fine. It's just really annoying that we gave back so many profits from pre-market. So stupid, honestly. But that's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah, Robert, I've called. Sometimes they fix it up a little bit, but not always. Not to mention, it takes like 2 hours, the whole process. It's a very time-consuming process, getting, going on one hold to the next hold and then all that stuff. Yeah, Erica, I don't think that's going to do anything. I've done that several times. It's never really changed anything. I'm not even really totally sure what I should do right now. I want to keep trading. I like what SCK is doing. The problem is I actually like what SCK is doing. If anything, I'd want to be getting aggressive. I just really don't like not knowing if TD Ameritrade's going to let me trade what I want to trade, and this is like every few months this happens, and it's always annoying when it does. But yeah, every platform has its problems. It's just that was really, really annoying. I think I'm extra annoyed because yesterday was a red day and like everything pre-market was like, going the right direction. And then just like that, back to square one. So a little bit annoying there. I'm going to give it a little bit of time here. I'm not going to jump into a trade just yet because I just want to kind of see what happens. Yeah. Actually, we lost like 400 on that trade because I was up about 60 something dollars on SCKT. So we lost like 410 on that trade. Kind of annoying position to be in, but at least we didn't lose like 600 or something like that. That would have really stressed me out. So we're up basically $100 right now. Yeah, zero blue for sure. You know, it's also just now if I see a good setup, I might hesitate because I'm like, ooh, is it a good idea to be trading right now? And that hesitation, you know, can cost you another good entry. And then, you know, then it's a bit of a downward spiral from there. So it's not a fun place to be. All right, for now, I'm just going to kind of sit here, relax a little bit until we see something kind of clean up. If there's a good setup, then yeah, man, I'm all for going in again. I think we could, you know, work our way back up, but just got to be careful, especially with, you know, these kind of conditions we're seeing here now. AUVI, a lot of the lead gappers are all selling off, guys. Just be a little bit careful here. It's not looking too hot overall, but maybe some opportunities will pop up. Like I'm not super pessimistic. I think we've had some pretty interesting plays pre-market. Just gotta watch out with your platform. That was really unfortunate. That it seems like everyone had TOS issues in the chat room. And you know what? This is always something that happens around when the markets are down around 2% or like over 1%. I feel like the more the markets are moving, the more TOS lags, and that's usually probably because, and they said it themselves, at market open, a lot of orders get executed, and the bigger the market moves, the more orders are going to get executed. So you know, in the future, when the market's down, probably over, I would say like 1.5% or up over 1.5%. I think I might just have to leave the first 5 minutes no trading. That means not getting those red to green moves that are some of my favorite, but at the same time, like you got to manage your risk somehow, and I think that's a good way that we can do it. Good point, Eric. Once we get our new computer, that should also be a big start in the right direction again. I'm really looking forward to that. All right, let's get back on track here a little bit. SCKT, guys, still looking really interesting. I still have pretty high hopes for this one. 5 million float with that new Apple contract looks really, really good. You know, in this 3.5 big support, we cracked it a little bit. Another kind of key support zone around 324 that we're approaching right now. Right now, we're just kind of hanging in the air on this candle. We're not really near major support. We're right below it, and we need to break really past, you know, 4.5 for this one to be in a new range. Right now, we're inside an engulfing candle and just not really the best kind of day trading candle. So for now, I'm going to be very cautious on SCKT. I would like to maybe trade MGEN again. It was really, really nice to trade this one pre-market, but I don't know. Right now, you know, keeping the pause off might be the best idea. So really just being patient and seeing what we get. Yeah, it really is a joke, huh? Unfortunately, you know, I was like for the last 2 months, I was trading every now and then on Webull, and you know their pre-market and their just overall responsiveness and was not even close to TD Ameritrade over the long term. I felt like so. I don't think Webull is a very viable option per se. Now, if TD Ameritrade didn't work for like a week and a half, like it did, when was that? Like in June or July, then yeah, Webull is definitely better. Other alternatives is, you know, like Corey was saying, Lightspeed. Yeah, the monthly fees, and then sometimes you pay per share as well. It just gets very expensive. So I don't know, you got to kind of weigh it. Like, is it oftentimes after I get on a phone call with TD Ameritrade, they do sometimes give me like a better exit price or a better entry price. But yeah, then you deal with a lot of phone time. I don't think there's going to be like a perfect choice, because you know the more lean, the lightweight the platform is, the more expensive it's going to be. The worse the platform, I don't know, the more cheap it is. Although TD Ameritrade is a really, really good platform. Yeah, so it's tough. It's just, you know, when it doesn't work, it's catastrophic. I don't think so, Jason. SCKT kind of curling here a little bit. This is a move that I was already thinking about maybe trading, but I don't like trading the break of 9 EMA. I oftentimes get stuck in some sort of flush or something like that. It's not a move that I would really, really recommend. Sometimes I'll accumulate for an attempted break and then sell right away into this, but it's not a typical trade that would be a good risk adverse trade. Risk adverse trade. I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. GTNP popping up. Jason, check out Interactive Brokers. That might be a good choice for you. Or going with an offshore account, like CMD Group. I'm not the biggest fan of trading the sub dollars, but you know, it does look okay. I don't like that big resistance above on it though. AUVI found a little bit of support here. I wonder if it's going to actually make a bit of a flush here, maybe approach $8. Could be an interesting place to accumulate a little bit. Big support around 8. $9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. These are usually the times where, you know, we're thinking anything that hasn't sold off that much oftentimes could be a good setup for a kind of 9 EMA retest or something like that. So keeping an eye on for that. I can't believe I even had 2,000 share size. Why was that 2,000? SCKT is kind of moving here a little bit. Still watching MGEN on my second screen. Fortunately, MGEN is now kind of a penny stock again, really kind of trolling this $1 zone. It's down 32% from the highs. I don't know, MGEN might be done. SCKT pumping again. This is where the big resistance is at 3.5. So really need to get above this zone unless you're buying in anticipation. Thanks, Harley. Appreciate it. There goes that flush. This is why I don't like buying in anticipation. It's never a fun place to be trading. Strong sell move here. Could see some support in the teens. Got to watch out. We're on the backside of move. Always want to be extra careful with a ticker like this. Small position size at 17 possibly. Still selling off though. Watch out, guys. It's got long here at average of 15. Definitely a bit of a bigger dip than I was expecting. Got to say that for sure. I closed it there. Didn't get the trade I wanted. Bought too early. Watching this one could be a good another setup. Just waiting here, being careful. I like the big support around round 3. That's why I did the original entry. Unfortunately, yeah, sells are a little bit more aggressive. Sometimes, you know, we've been seeing that the sell-offs on a lot of these tickers have just been a little bit more aggressive. Big support here around the 30 though, and then $3, 30% down from pre-market highs. I would be looking for a retest on the 9 EMA originally. I thought we were going to see maybe a quick dip here, some consolidation, and a pop back to the 9 EMA. That was my goal. I wanted to like a 2% base hit or so, but it kept on selling off. That's why my first entry, I was using a little bit lighter size. Yeah, just really, really wicked sell-offs here. 15's trying again. So I think my idea was right, but this last little flush I was not ready for, and that kind of almost put me on the wrong side. I don't know, didn't make much on that one, like 20 bucks or something like that. It was pretty much a red trade or a scratch, right? Yeah, boom. Okay, so yeah, I mean it's pretty much doing what I thought I thought it would, but I was not expecting. I was like, okay, in the teens is where I wanted. Went into the teens, got my entry, and then ended up pulling back, kind of that extra aggressive little bit. So I could have maybe held a little bit longer here, but kind of freaked me out a little bit. Yeah, nice 3% pop. So clean move there. I'm gonna pause off right now for a second. RKT falling off a cliff. I feel like everything's falling off a cliff. Yeah, Rocket Company is not a fun place to be. This one is really taking a nice little poopsie. So not too great. We are long RKT. For some reason, my entries don't show, but that's just, you know, classic TD Ameritrade sometimes. Luckily, we have a really good entry on this one overall. AVI, guys, worth looking at. This one really has some volume pumping back in on it. 1 million float, guys, with that nice partnership, plus commercializing LED for inactivating pathogens on the surface. 40 million float, USA furniture fixtures and applications company. Kind of interesting. Look at MGEN kind of popping up again here. Looks okay. We're getting a little bit of momentum. Watch out, MGEN on the 5-minute is very, very risky. Yeah, Harley, that was probably a good idea. These pullbacks right now that we're seeing, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit on edge on some of them. I'm not totally sold, so gotta be careful. Mainly because the 5-minute setups aren't extremely compelling, I would probably argue. SCKT. Let's see how much lower it goes. Put an alert here if it dips under 10. Calm and collected, guys. Calm and collected. I think I need another coffee, but like a good sip of coffee. MGEN popping up here. Be right back. Wondering if AUVI is going to be a bit of a flag pattern here, if it's going to break above the 9 EMA. Yeah, so much for that. Very ferocious. That's why I'm not a big fan of buying pullbacks until we're above VWAP. That's why I'm just kind of sitting on my hands right now. Not really seeing a lot of activity that makes me super excited. AUVI might get halted here because, remember, AUVI has that 1 million float. This thing moves extremely fast once it moves. So there we go. AUVI halted, guys. Boom. Crazy. Crazy. I'm so happy I was not in that move. I don't think my little heart would have been able to handle it. Maybe Husky. I mean, I'm long RKT, and I don't really see a reason to sell it. So if anything, I would probably average down, but I've averaged down a little bit too much. Yeah, be careful, guys. The overall markets are red, and when the markets are this red, you just get weird things. The best small cap day trading conditions are when the overall large cap market is just like an ocean in the early morning with offshore winds, just totally flat. Technically, it was above the 9 EMA, but to me, if it was above VWAP, that would have been nicer, right? If this was an upwards trending stock, it would have been much more nice on AUVI, Ramoli. Yeah, man, Corey, I feel you. It's this morning when I was up like $600 pre-market, I was like, should I wrap up right now? Because this is a pretty good day already. Man, now I'm up at like $100 and or something like that. I don't know. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Take care, Corey, man. We'll see you next time. AUVI is going to open up at 10:06. Right now it's 10:03. So see what happens. MGEN, guys, kind of looking interesting. Could be one last pop on this one. Looking for that break on MGEN. Just bought at 109. Still waiting for MGEN to have that possible break higher. Possible break on the VWAP here, MGEN. A lot of sellers though. I'm going to take my small profits on that one on MGEN. Was not a big trade, small position size, but pretty much made $40 on it. Yeah. Okay, well, better than a red trade. Slowly getting back. Watch out, guys. This is near huge resistance. This is like a classic scenario where I wouldn't touch a ticker with a 10-foot pole. So I'm kind of, this thing could start accumulating momentum. A lot of traders are looking for something, right? But just watch out. Right now, there's a little bit high risk on this trade because you're risking a possible flush below the 9 EMA on a failed breakout of VWAP. That's the risk, right? So as a trader, you always want to be thinking about what are you risking? What is this a good risk reward trade? If I did this trade 10 times, would I be green in the end of those 10 times? And if the answer is a yes, then all means go for it. That basically means, is it a good positive risk reward? Is it like a 1 to 3? Is it a 1 to 2 risk reward? This month, my risk reward hasn't really been the best, but don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you are learning something, if you're enjoying the content. I really, really do appreciate it. It helps me out a lot, and it means a lot, too. Yeah, that was a quick scalp for sure. The final countdown, yep, exactly. It's totally true. AUVI is going to open up here, guys, pretty much any second. Let's see what happens. Pulls lower, AUVI, but can it rip back up? That's the question. Trying to. It's trying. Remember, this thing has a very low float. People are nervous today. Let's see what happens. Originally AUVI in the 1050s, I was thinking about possibly buying it maybe closer to $8. So we're kind of approaching those areas. MGEN is getting very top heavy right now. It's breaking the 9 EMA. AUVI. Looks like it held. I wouldn't be surprised if AUVI hit that 9 EMA mark. I'm a little bit not super stoked about trading this one. Actually, I have yet to do a trade on AUVI. Spread's always pretty nasty on this ticker. Man, I really hope MGEN gains some momentum here, pops back above the 9 EMA. Relatively, MGEN has huge volume today, guys, so it does actually look kind of good. Check out MGEN on the daily chart, and you'll see that down here it has a nice, oh, wait, what? Hold on, something's wrong. Daily. Oh, I was on the weekly chart. Okay. Well, it still has actually really good daily volume. And if you check out the weekly chart, it shows a really nice stair stepper kind of pattern up here with the volume. So it's kind of looking good. not a stair stepper pattern, just like a nice healthy increase in volume. So good to see that. But again, we don't really use the weekly chart for day trading, so. SCKT, maybe finding some support here around 3. We hit a low of roughly 305, had a 2.8% bounce off of that. That's not too bad. Looks like the markets are hit a low. We were down like 3.6 thousand, now we're down 3.4 thousand, so moving in the right direction. MGEN looks like it's going to try to break VWAP here. This looks quite promising. Boom! MGEN just broke it. Wow. Nice move. Quick little review here on MGEN. USA Biotech, 53 million float, 30 million market cap originally yesterday, announces acquisition of Viridian Therapeutics. So this thing is up nicely. It actually only pulled back here about 16%. Unfortunately, from the pre-market highs, that was a little closer to about 34% total pullback. This one has that huge resistance, guys. Watch out around 133. So just keep that in mind, guys. A lot of resistance above, but this is actually a pretty healthy breakout here. Could be back in play. What's up, Living Large? Just read your comment. Is it worth scalping? I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends, right? Anybody that comes to our channel at any time of the day, no matter what month it is, would probably consider this scalping. To me, I'm looking for the same patterns that we see any other day. So if I see a good setup with decent risk reward, I'll take it. And that's how we're able to be consistently profitable. Really, the first trade today was kind of unjust because we didn't even know we were in the trade. So I can't really manage that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's see what happens here. You got to watch out with the 1-2, guys. The 1-2 resistance is a big one right now. We also had that fake out in this zone before. This is the 6th green candle in a row. That's possibly showing signs of overextendedness, but we've seen 7, 8, 9, 5-minute green candles in a row. So anything's possible. The sellers in the order book are really getting strong, though. Would not be surprised if this had a continuation here, but for now I'm just kind of sitting on the sidelines, see if we see a good setup. NASDAQ down 9.5% again. Yikes. Mon-Fri should act as some decent support. Let's see what happens here. Yep, nice, nice. 2% move so far. Big question here, is there going to be a continuation? It's hard to say. Seeing that big resistance though. Red candle had a lot of sell volumes, usually not what we're looking for. If I took that VWAP bounce, I probably would have traded it extremely quickly, knowing me. Sell volume is fading here a little bit. Possible entry. Oh, 1, 2. Yeah, I took a little profit there on that one. 2 cents a share on 3,000. About a $60 profit. Got to be careful on this ticker right now. Big reason for that one is because VWAP is usually a good retest zone, especially with the 9 EMA. It was acting as a bit of a retest, a good retest, but it was very weak and kept on selling off. But also the sellers weren't extremely strong. That's why I decided to take that smaller trade there. Wow, look at that flush. Absolutely disgusting. My God, that was... This is really bad, guys. There might be a halt on this one. Well, I can't really be upset anymore, honestly, because at least, even though we got really unlucky today, at least that didn't happen. Wow. Hopefully you guys are all okay in there, and if you guys are in the halt, remember it happens. I've been in halts on the way down. I've been in some nasty offering news halts. It just happens. It's part of the career. Ideally you want to reduce that stuff as much as possible by kind of avoiding riskier setups in trading. For me, past 10:30, because I've noticed stuff like that happens more past 10:30. But yeah, there's no perfect way to avoid risk at all times. And what I do personally is I reduce my max position size. So even if one trade totally disappeared, it should never blow up my account, right? So I'm always trading with a smaller percentage of my overall account size. Yeah, it's not a very good day today, huh? This is, if you're a first timer here, you probably think, wow, day trading is an absolute disaster. I'm never going to do this ever. This is not, there's like a handful of days every year that give you this kind of nastiness. And I think as a day trader, your number one job is risk management. And when you notice things are just iffy like this, you try to avoid it. I was playing with fire, and I bought a fairly, actually at the time it was a conservative move. Now in hindsight, you just can't plan for stuff like these. This is like one of those freak flushes that just sometimes it just doesn't work, and it's nasty. But yeah, on days like today, it just can happen a little bit more. I honestly might wrap up trading right now. I'm still green for the day, up 560 on MGEN, down 330 on SCKT. My swing trades are going down, but yeah, man, that was a heck of a trading day in a not so great way. Pre-market, everything was so mellow. DB Johnson's down 7%. Sorry to hear, man. All right, take care, Mark. Jonathan says this week has been horrible for me, man. Yeah, there's not a lot to say, man. Everyone has those weeks. I remember April and May, I think I did 2 months, and at the end of 2 months, I was up like $200. It was like one green day, one red day, one green day, one red day. It was an absolute nightmare. Luckily now in the last 3-4 months, we've been on a pretty nice streak, but oof. Geez, Bren, 20%. Oh man, it's all these swing trades, huh? Because I think my swing trades are right there with you, man. They're getting close to that 20% down part, and it's not fun. MGEN, guys, opening up here, pulling lower, back in the sub-dollar territory. I'm not trading this one yet, although, right now it's actually near big support. Has easy opportunity to make like a 3-4% move to the upside. Broke the double bottom. How about we talk about some swing trades? Wow, what a freaking devastating day today on like all fronts. Uh, I liked in September when our day trading I felt like wasn't that great. Our swing trades would be like boom, you know, locking in like $500, $1,000. Lately this month we're gonna have our first month of red swing trades. Actually, probably not, because I don't think I'm going to realize any of the losses in the next 2-3 days. I'm going to wait for at least some sort of bounce. Even if it's a dead cat bounce, reassess the positions. But I just can't sell usually into a flush on a swing trade because it just doesn't make that much sense. If there's no new news, right? If there's new news and like, boom, the CEO has been, committing fraud in the whole company this whole time, okay, that's different, right? But if the stock's just selling off, it's near big support, there's no new news down out, and the selling momentum's also kind of slow, then doesn't make sense adding to the selling fire. If anything, buying down in those situations. And that's how I feel about a lot of my swing trades at the moment. But I think I'll probably make a video where I reassess each one of the swing trades with you guys as a little community. Look at this, Tesla popping up here a little bit. If you guys want to do some large cap day trading, Tesla looks like a nice little pop to the upside. MGEN had a really nice bounce off that double bottom. That's what we were talking about. This one had that opportunity to actually be a good bounce trade. Now, yeah, 2, 3, 4%. That's exactly what we were talking about. The thing is, like, do you really want to buy a bounce, to buy a dip in a ticker that literally just got halted and went down? How many percent is this? I mean, this was so nasty. That was a 20% flush. So it's just like, probably not. But there's opportunities, but they are sketchy today. Yeah, calm down. I have that feeling all the time. Ross down 24,000 today. Yeah, it happens. It's just not a good day trading day. Although I gotta say, pre-market with MGEN, I was like, this one has some pretty clean moves. But yeah, they didn't last, huh? Michael 464 Tesla. I'll feel you on that. Thanks, recovery, do road. Walmart stopped selling guns? No, stop it. I feel like my childhood is gone forever. I always remember going to Walmart and looking at the shotguns when I was like, I don't know, 14, be like, oh, that's a nice one. And then I was looking at, man, the amount of stuff I bought from the fishing and hunting section in Walmart as a kid would freaking give a European a heart attack. Yeah, jeez. Oh yeah, let's wait. The final countdown. Looking at the market later. Um, yeah, Michael, you're probably right. People always stole stuff from that section, especially fishing hooks. Look at the market. No, no, no. Trading hours in terms of like the whole day or like right now, because right now it's a free for all. Right, I'm done with day trading today. It's a freaking nightmare out here, guys. I could easily catch another trade, make another $100 or so, but I could also very easily get stuck in a wicked flush and lose, 1,000. So to me, it's not really good risk reward today. So I'll probably be calling it as well. I did want the SCKT bounce off of 3. So I do if there's one trade I missed today, it's that one. That's the one we kind of called out and I didn't even trade it. So that was kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, in general, you know, when you're in Europe and you know that no one has a gun, it's actually quite relaxing. Uh, but in America is such a different foundation uh, with their gun addiction. That's a long debate, but all right, let's go ahead and talk about some of these bad boys. RKT guys, RKT, a rocket companies. I mean, what's there to say? I've been looking for this ticker for a while. I wanted to buy around the resistance of the rounded bottom, which was around 20 bucks. I got that. Unfortunately, you know, we had a little bit bounce to the upside. I should have took profits here and then bought back again. I just, you know, mark my words, I've done that so many times, and then I missed the move to the upside, just like right here. I took profits, and then I forgot to buy back, and then I missed the big run up to the upside. So it happens to me all the time. This time, well, you know, it's already retested the area once. I should have been more conscious on that. I do like RKT. I could easily see RKT maybe continuing its sell-off. I know RKT was, you know, it's a bit of a tough one because a lot of people were like, I would love to buy RKT, but the kind of way the CEO has the stocks rigged up and some of the financing, it's all like a little bit questionable. I need to look into it a little bit more myself. What I do like about RKT though is the fact that it was originally supposed to IPO at like $25 or something like that. And it was totally undersubscribed, so they kept on reducing the IPO price. So I feel like at least that this one already kind of sold off before it even IPO'd, which makes me feel a little bit more confident about buying in the 20s. So I wouldn't mind. I think I'm just going to hold this one for now. If anything, I'll probably average down a little bit, but RKT could be a nice little setup here. Thanks, Harley. You heard the guy. If you're new, consider subscribing. I really do appreciate it, guys. Also, we go live every morning at 9:15, now actually 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we wrap up at 11, and then we come out with a recap video. And then sometimes we come out with a fun little morning video as well, depending on really what my time zone is. But today, I don't know if you guys saw the video today on about Proposition 22. I kept on hearing about it, and I never looked into it as much as today, and or actually last week I looked into it originally. Yeah, kind of interesting stuff there on Prop 22. That's a big deal in my eyes. I mean, the ripple effects for that are just massive, especially to companies like Uber and Lyft. But I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. How are taxi drivers? Are taxi drivers employees? Taxi drivers, are they employees? Final Countdown says he likes the new 9 a.m. time. Yeah, Robert, I'm actually still an ADT. Oh, my God. My swing trades all hate me. Except GE. GE for the win, guys. GE is absolutely killing it for once, so that's really, really nice. But yeah, all my other swing trades are red, which is kind of depressing. Everything from DKNG to DKNG really fell off a cliff, huh? HCAC is actually kind of recovering here a little bit. No, Michael, I will have that new laptop sometime mid-November, mid to late November. If you work for Yellow Cab or something. Oh, Bren, man, 8% down. I'm so sorry. It's such not a fun place to be. Like I said, there's an RKT advertisement that Shell gas pump yesterday. It's actually kind of funny. So let's just really quickly go through some of the tickers I'm holding. Obviously GE, you guys know about this one. This is probably one of our longer swing trades. Looking like it's going to try to break that $8 zone again. I am praying to baby Jesus. I'm going to put a whole GE shrine probably in my living room at one point. RKT, we just talked about this one. Decent support here in this zone. I feel like all this selling we're seeing right now is totally unwarranted. DKNG, Man, this break of 40, I'm not going to lie, is really a little bit depressing. I thought we were going to see a lot more support around 40 because this was like the original big support zone before the rally. There's like big support, last major resistance, right? We didn't see it, but I think we're going to see a move back to at least 45. And at that point, I could think about, do I want to close this swing trade or do I want to keep holding on to it? So that's what I'm waiting for with DKNG. I feel like if I wasn't fully allocated right now on DKNG, I would be buying more. XPEV, still have not to enter this one, but I would like an entry around 1750. ADT, trying to break 7 here, guys. It's making me probably the most nervous Nancy in the world. I'm waiting for some sort of good catalyst, some sort of spike on this one, and then maybe I'll close it out. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed that it has such a strong downward selling pressure. It just, it's a bit weird. Honestly, Citigroup actually recently upgraded ADT from neutral to buy, so that's a good catalyst. A lot of price targets around $10. I don't know. It's weird how it just keeps selling off. I think there's a lot of backholders on it though, and I think it's going to find someone at the bottom. HYLN at the $20 Kramer predicted. Should have never front run this one, but hey, it is what it is. RXT, Rackspace. Man, yeah, RXT is like, oh, there's support in this zone. Let's not acknowledge that. I honestly thought RXT was going to be a nice reversal here after this last dip, and we kind of dipped again, but it didn't go lower. I was like, okay, this is looking really good. The volume is so low on this sell-off here that I honestly, I can't even really explain what's going on here, but with this low sell momentum, if I was not fully allocated on RXT, I would probably buy more. And honestly, maybe I should buy more. Let's see. I went long at 250 at 16.55. 250 at 16. Oh, actually, I'm not fully allocated. And so I could probably buy another 50 shares of this one. That would pretty much bring me in on a full allocation. We'll go through Carlos. We'll talk about KCAC in a second. Michael says G is a turd. I know it kind of is, but it's a turd that has, dried up and now it's, never mind. That analogy wasn't going anywhere. ADTX waiting for EUA approval, MPL, CLSK. CLSK, yeah, we'll talk about that one as well. Okay, let me just really quickly here, for the sake of RXT, look for 550 more shares. I like this general price here at 50. Let's see if we can go long 50 shares of RXT. I think we are going to have it any second now. That's another $700. This should bring down my average. My average right now is at 1655. This would give me a full allocation that I've actually been waiting for. Let's just wait here a second. There's such low volume on it today. It's insane that it's just selling off so much. So every price target from different banks and analyst firms is over $20. Boom! We just got it right before that little spike to the upside. Nice. So that brought our average down from 1637 to, 1655 to 1637. That gives us a full allocation in a rack space, so pretty nice there. I don't know why it's going down so much. Everything's going down right now. It's like really much, there's blood on the streets, there's fear everywhere, and this is really the time you want to be accumulating. So I accumulated a lot of my positions a little bit too early, but overall, I still kind of generally like a lot of what I'm seeing. Look at HYLN. Look at this one. This one, if I didn't buy more, I wouldn't be a technical trader, but I'm already overextended on this one, so I'm not going to buy more, which I got to say is a little bit painful. 220, with an average of, what was my average on this one? 24.14. Yeah, I'm over allocated on this one. I get over $5,000, so I can't buy any more. Otherwise, it'll be well above 10% of my this portfolio, so I can't do that. But yeah, God, it's so hard not to want to buy more. I think there's a good upside of about 30% to 25, and I don't know how much more the downside would be, but I would probably argue that, I don't know, 14% or so until it, you know, kind of started consolidating more and had that possible spike to the upside. HYLN to me is a massive buy. I don't know. Yeah, always guys do your own due diligence, but that's just my 2 cents. There's my disclaimer. So Calm Down says there's no stimulus, people are starving. There's not blood on the streets yet. There's blood in the freaking EV stock market. That's where the blood is. And the whole market just saw that little bump. Robert, interesting. Yeah, Brian, that's a valid point. HYLN is just not doing enough publicity, and momentum has really died up for this ticker, which is not very exciting. So what I'm going to be looking for is, I don't know, any sort of kind of pump to come in this one. I think there's so much upside potential in HYLN, but for now, we're just going to have to keep holding this one. LMND, this is the one trade I think I really messed up on. I think I jumped the gun on LMND. I was waiting to buy this one for quite some time. I finally got the trade I wanted at 56 or 58 even, and then it just kept on selling off. So I'm down on this one quite a bit. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe cut my losses on it, and then bought back actually on this this red candle, but I don't know, I didn't do that. So for now, I'm just gonna wait for some sort of bounce on this thing. Something like how there was a big sell-off here, right? This was a 40% sell-off. Right now we're kind of in those territories as well. Actually we're at 34. So yeah, technically there's, you know, if we have an equal sell-off like this, there's more downside potential. Eventually though, there was a pop back to the upside, 27%. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for, right? Some sort of, you know, capitulation, which we're seeing here. And then ideally, I'll just be selling as we approach the former shoulder. So LMND, no matter what, probably is going to be a loss unless I hold maybe 1, 2, 3 years, but that's not really what I wanted to be doing with this this trade. So yeah, I don't know. IPOB, I don't have an entry yet on this one. I would like an entry on it, but I'm still just being cautious because the market's selling off right now, and I'm, you know, getting a little bit too overextended in my day trading account with swing trades. So I want to be a little careful with that. KCAC, I know you guys asked about this one a little bit ago. We actually entered this one at 14. Now this one's about 20% down, which is really, really not a fun place to be on KCAC. You know, I've been saying a few times, it looks like it found a bottom, so I don't really know what to say. Originally, we got a nice trade in this area, 10% pop. We were up on this one about 8%. I don't know, maybe on a move back to 1350 or so, I might close KCAC out. I actually really like the company. I like the board specifically. I think that it's a really cool board of directors on KCAC. Good team. I see tons of upside on this one, but you know, a lot of everything EV was overextended. I've been saying that for a long time. But I thought that the big pullback was kind of already happening, or, you know, at least to some extent happened, but you know, it's you know, clearly still pulling back a lot. So it's a little tough place to be. Jets, another ticker I've been waiting to kind of go long on, and whew, you know what? We might get it. Jets is falling off a cliff along with other airlines, because that makes sense. Jets is an ETF on airlines. I don't know much about airlines in terms of individual stocks. So that's why I'd probably rather trade Jets, because I don't know much about American Airlines. I don't know if they're going to go bankrupt, but I do know that airlines aren't going anywhere, and if they keep selling off, I'm going to keep buying more with the ETF. So yeah, American Airlines, guys, fine. This is a key zone on American Airlines that we're breaking. So I think, you know, who knows? We might see the low 10s on this one pretty soon. Exciting stuff here, what we're seeing. Hawaiian Holdings, I know that was a ticker that was brought up every now and then in the chat room. Yeah, I mean, no surprise. It's falling off like all the other airlines. Calm down. This would be a good time to be a registered Amish. Do you think the Amish have coronavirus? They've gotten coronavirus yet? Is that a weird thing to be looking up? I gotta learn a lot more about taxi drivers. Apparently they are not employees either. We're sure, you know, for the fact that the market's down so much today, it's quite a comedic day here. We're covering a lot of funny little topics. I gotta say, I'm getting a good little kick out of it for sure. And I'm only down 650 today, so it's actually not as bad as, you know, it could have been. I'm so happy that SCKT we didn't sell when we were down $600. Although I was about to. At one point, you got to cut your losses, and there's no reason being down $2,000 on a quick day trade. So you got to cut your losses. As tough it is to do, because sometimes you cut your losses and then it goes right back up. Okay, what did I want to look up? Has there been confirmed corona cases in the Amish community? All right, guys, just for reference, this is totally irrelevant to everything. Has there this flood of information? Freaking from Wuhan to Lancaster County. This is quite the road trip Corona's been on, huh? I know this isn't a really good comparison, but have you guys ever played Age of Empires? My brother and I used to love that game. Sometimes you would like stop your civilization at like, I don't know, the feudal age. It kind of reminds me of what's going on here. It's just like, why did they stop progressing? I actually really want to visit one of these places. I hear it's very wholesome. I love this quote. From working with the Amish, we know that the busy beaver is one of the best ways to reach them with information. The busy beaver. They said. They all read it from front to back. It's good. Reading the newspaper, the busy beaver. That's probably more than most people can say about other forms of media. So it looks like they decided not to have church services for Easter, which is unheard of in the Amish community. So they are doing their own measurements here to avoid the spread of the disease. Looks like they're making face masks as well. Okay, sorry for that little detour I just took, but sometimes you got one of those little things you just got to look up. All right, guys, coming back in action. I know, what was the ticker that was just called out a few times actually? CLSK. Let's go ahead and check this one out. CLSK, this is a ticker that every time it comes up, I was like, wait till $7, wait till $7, wait till $7. And you know what? It's at $7.20. Last time it was at $7.20. I kicked myself so hard because I missed this huge run up. I originally had my limit order at $8. Then I was like, you know what? I'm going to remove it because it looks like it's in a dip. It actually dipped all the way to 7. And I go ahead and place my limit order as it was going on the way back up. I was like chasing it for a while from like 720 to 730, 750. And at one point I was like, you know what? If I don't get it here, I don't get it. And then literally it runs up 120%. And I was just so devastated. So now it's at this key zone where everyone probably has a lot of big leftover limit orders. And you can already see here that first pop was 7%. We could have been day trading this one, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if it tested this zone one more time. But we'll see what happens after that. We hit a low of 692. So kind of interesting, this ticker. Aaron says, my Age of Empires is my favorite games of all time. It's just so classic. It's kind of like chess, but digital. It's just, there's something about it that the strategy is so fun. A lot of games nowadays just kind of confuse me. There's too much going on. Although I guess with Age of Empires there's a lot going on. You know what it is? You can just play it without having to buy an in-app purchase. Even when I'm playing Call of Duty, it's like I bought the game, but I still don't own the game, I feel like. You know, there's always some new map that I have to get or some other thing I have to unlock, or that's just so stressful. And then there's always like 10 hours of updates. So like, I don't know, every time I want to play Call of Duty on the Xbox, there's like a huge update and it takes like 30 plus minutes. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to play Xbox. And it's been months now since I've done some quality Xbox. Sorry guys, I'm getting a lot off topic right now. James says they tie their beards around their mouth and nose. Oh man, that's hilarious. I wish we had to take it away. Bill Gates is a smart guy. Tyler says, please do a Warzone live stream. Maybe Heiko and I, when I'm in Florida, we'll do a live stream together. Heiko has a gaming channel. I don't know if you guys seen it. 59 Chins or 69 Chins. It's absolutely hilarious. They have, the videos are very long, but sometimes if I can't, like, if I want to watch a movie and I can't find one, I literally just chill on the couch and just, you know, have my beer or something and watch one of these ridiculous videos. They're always super long, like 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 45 minutes. They're quite entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. If you guys are into watching some Rust, I've never played it before, but it sure looks pretty entertaining. Final Countdown plays Fortnite. Also looks like good fun. Alfie says I should stream on Twitch. Probably not a bad idea. What's SC2, Aaron? ALK, another airline hitting support. CLSK, I still want to talk about this one actually. And you know what? CLSK, let's actually go ahead and add this one to our EV collection because we added some mining companies, we added some battery companies, and CLSK is a battery company that has a very significant kind of tie to the EV market. Some good contracts as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put them on our EV list. Let's see how much more it can go down. If it breaks 7, it goes into the 6s. There's probably no way I'm not going to buy CLSK. I'm not totally sure if I'm going to buy it now. Not so much that I don't think it's a good buy, but more because I don't want my swing trade account to really be much more allocated. I just, I'm in my day trading account. There's too many swing trades in my day trading account. I don't like it. So that's why I'm kind of eerie about buying more stocks at the moment. James says, I'd have to leave Alex for 69 shins. Yeah, that's true. Man, I really wish that I could, or we could pause the day, just stop time, get everything we need to do, get it done, and then unpause it after like, I don't know, a day or two. There's simply not enough time in the day. I've been starting to wake up at 5:45 every single day just because like that extra kind of hour and a half where I don't have to necessarily do anything is just so nice. I'll work on Trade Journal, I'll do something and just kind of catch up a little bit. The problem is I'll be so tired by the time like we're done with the live stream that it does bite me in the butt just a little bit. StarCraft 2. It's free to download and play the arcade games last I knew. I'll have to look that up. I don't know much about StarCraft 2. What's the thing that Google has? I heard that was pretty cool. Google Gaming Console. Whoa. Stadia. Yeah, thanks for that. I still think one of the best games of all times is what's it called? Super Smash Bros on the Nintendo 64. They just don't make games like that anymore. God, I feel old when I talk about these kind of things. Super Smash Bros. Space Zombies. Is Space Zombies part of Call of Duty? There's really just not enough time in the day for a lot of this stuff, which is so unfortunate. ISIG making moves from yesterday. Mika says, you feel like I grew up on the Atari 2600 series. I find it so funny back then they always had a, you know, at the like the 2000, the 3000 on everything. It was released in 1977. Wow, that thing looks pretty crazy. I actually did not hear about that, but I definitely recognized it a little bit. Insane stuff. MGEN kind of looks like a good double bottom here, guys. I almost feel like bad recommending MGEN, but I gotta say it looks like it has potential here in this area. It's very tempting to want to day trade. Yeah, France's Corona numbers is really bad. They're pretty much just up there with America almost. I mean, this spike here was 50,000 or something like that, 52,000, which in my eyes is insane. Yeah, so US has had those highs of around 70. It looks like they broke past 80,000. So France isn't that far behind. Really, really tough stuff here, man. Not fun. I was not hoping that the second wave was going to be this bad. The European second wave. The US is still kind of on its first continuously big wave to the upside. So Clean Spark, CLSK, just keeps on having contracts. This is what you have to worry about. This is exactly what I was looking for. There is a closing of a $40 million public offering. And you know what? The biggest red flag I had with CLSK is when you zoom out of this ticker, you see something like this, and then you see dilution on a ticker like this. I never really want to be a long-term investor when I see a chart that looks like that. Because I know this company is going to be, no matter how great the stuff they're working on is, they don't care about the shareholders, which means they're going to keep diluting the stock, and the stock is only going to go in one direction. That's to the downside long term. So that's why I have a really hard time getting on board on a stock like this. Looks like they had that offering at $9. 4 million shares dumped into the market on October 9th. Yeah, I mean, that's a big reason this thing's been falling off a cliff. So honestly, I probably would maybe be careful on the 7. We've already bounced off the 7. I think I would probably even wait till about $6 at this point after that offering. That's a lot of shares. That adds a lot to their float. So just not a fun place to be. You know what? I think I mixed that up with something, Bren. Good call out there. So let me actually go to my post and see what I wrote about CLSK about that. Thanks for that reminder, though. Yeah, I really like what the board and what they're working on, but again, like I said, long term makes me a little bit nervous. Jan 24. Calm down. That chart was about infections, not deaths. I don't know. It could easily last that long. I'm not totally sure. Probably. I mean, I think there's only going to be more increase in the VIX. VIX is up 20% today, so I don't really see the VIX going down anytime soon. It's really kind of spiking right now with coronavirus. The elections, and didn't even hit that low. So who knows how high this is going to go again. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. Gotta wrap it up at one point, and before my eyes fall out of my head. All right, guys, thanks again for tuning in. It was really, really good fun here, even though today was a pretty hectic day, to say the least. Don't forget to check out the recap video. We'll probably be talking about some... I'm always trying to throw in something new here, so let's see. We'll probably talk a little bit about what we might be seeing here late day, but I haven't fully decided yet, so I'm going to be looking through everything to make sure it all makes sense. All right, guys. Yeah, let's wrap it up here, guys. Can Alex get 7 more likes for an even 100? Hopefully. I really do appreciate all the likes, guys. Drop them on the way out if you enjoyed the content. If you're totally new, consider subscribing. Would love to have you guys here. Join the community. It's just such a helpful place for everyone, I think, including myself. The SPY guys down. Everything is down right now over 3%. Wow, that is ferocious. Everything is perfectly down over 3%. Ugh. All right, guys. Like always, stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Don't overtrade. I'll see you next time. Take care, guys. Ciao, ciao.